guys, welcome back to Tales of a Blonde and Brunette. I'm Abby.
And I'm Cassidy, and today we're going to be doing a quick Q&A. This is also our third episode of us doing the podcast in the same room together, so hopefully it goes well again.
This time we're actually using my mic instead of Cassidy's mic, so it might sound a little different than it normally does yet again when we're together, so we like to change it up.
Yeah, I hope it'll work.
Yeah.
It'll work.
So, for these questions, we actually got some of them off of Instagram and Snapchat, and some of them off of our friends, and then most of them came from strangers online in a appropriate way. So, make sure to be safe. All of our questions are very interesting. I think most of them we can have some pretty interesting discussions about.
I agree. They look good.
Okay, you want to get us started?
All right, sure. So our first question is, how are we today? How are you today?
I would say I'm pretty good.
Yeah, me too. I'm doing pretty good.
It's really hot outside. It's like 95 degrees.
It's insane. I was driving today and I saw this woman running, and I was like, "That's no, I
That's
couldn't do
far
it."
too much for now. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
way too hot. Okay, our next question is what is our favorite book?
Oh, that's a hard one. I read a lot though, so I'd say my favorite book is probably it's called The Naturals. No one I know has ever read it, but it's very good. Or The Selection. The Selection's really good.
I've always wanted to read those. I keep seeing it on TikTok.
They're so good. They're really good.
I'll need to get on that. I would say mine is either Call Me By Your Name or there's a book called Heartbeat by Sharon Creech that I love. And yet again, no one's ever read it. I think I made you two read it.
Yeah. It's like a poem book, right? Yeah.
Weird, yeah. But it's so good.
Yeah. Okay. So then our third question is, how did we cope during quarantine?
I would say lots of TV and lots of baking.
Yeah, I definitely watched a lot of TV and probably keeping myself to a schedule that I didn't follow. Like, I wrote out a schedule and I would, for the most part, and then just stopped eventually. So,
Yeah, I would say my other thing was also just like FaceTiming people and texting to make sure that I didn't like fall out of friendships with other people.
yeah, I had to keep in contact with people.
I also ended up making a lot of new friends during quarantine somehow, just by like social media and texting and stuff because we all just had nothing else to do.
Yeah, everybody was just on their phones all the time. And it was like, if somebody didn't text you back, you're like, I know you have nothing else to do. So please text me back.
All right, our next question might be my favorite question out of all of them. This question came from two girls who I think were like 17 or 18 from Britain, and they were so nice. And they asked us when we're older if we want to be called a grandma or a nan. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Um, Okay, so all like half of my grandparents have weird names. You know what I mean? You know how some people have like odd names for their grandparents? That's like half of my family. And the other half is just grandma and grandpa. So I'm gonna say probably like grandma or like just some weird name my grandkids come up with.
Yeah, I hope I get like a special nickname. Like, I don't want to have a plain label, even though like one set of my grandparents had a plain label, and then the other set, like, I called Nana and stuff like that, you know? And I think it just happens with like their personality.
Yeah, like I want the special nickname, but if it doesn't happen, like I'd prefer grandma over Nana.
My mom actually wants to be called Lovey by my kids, so I hope that's not what I'm like when I'm older.
My mom, I actually have three. Well, I have three nephews and now a niece, and they call her Mimi. So
That's so cute.
I know it's like a they chose it. I don't know how, but they did,
That's cute.
or my mom did. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, our next question is, what's our scariest experience? Supernatural.
I don't know if I've ever had one. I think one time I had a Ouija board at someone's house, and I think we did like a Ouija board thing, but I'm pretty sure someone was moving. You know what I mean? Like, someone was definitely moving it. But at the time, I feel like we couldn't even really spell well, so maybe they weren't. Like, maybe it was real, but I didn't think I wasn't freaked out by it.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun to like play around with a Ouija board, but also it's like,
One downstairs.
that's scary.
We could do that later if you want to.
I don't know if I've ever had well, people around me have been like, "Oh yeah, you were there like when we saw a ghost." And I'm like, "Bro, when?"
Yeah.
But I was also little and it was like my aunt had this really old house and we would always go there. And no, so there wasn't like a bathroom on the middle floor. There was only a bathroom upstairs and then one in the basement, but the basement was super creepy and it was like dirt on the floor almost. It was so weird. But upstairs, like everybody thought like, oh, the upstairs is totally haunted. Like, never, don't go up alone. So like, none of us would go upstairs alone to go to the bathroom. So one of us would like sit on the stairs while the other one went to the bathroom, and everybody's like, oh, I always saw like people would see faces in between the doors, like when they were open a little bit, and then by the time like they realized what they saw, the other person would be out of the bathroom, and then they left.
No, I don't like that. I would also say like to me, scary experiences can even be like movies. Like I'll watch movies and I just get creeped out for days. Like Countdown, no thanks.
Okay, so this is a story too. We went to go see the movie Countdown, and we had like a whole group of friends with us. I was the only one who actually wanted to see the movie, and somehow everybody, like, we took a vote, like an anonymous vote, and it somehow still won. And I was like, yes, we can finally go see this movie. And nobody else wanted to see it, so we're all sitting in the chairs, and halfway through
Now wait, like keep in mind we were sharing chairs in this movie theater. They had sold out of tickets. We were like on top of each other too.
yeah, I don't know if that's really legal, but they still gave us tickets, and they were like, you guys can just share seats. And we were like, okay, that's fine. But it was halfway through the movie, and it was about to like, we were about to find some stuff out, and they're like, all right, guys, let's leave. Like, I don't want to sit here. And I was like, what? That's not fair. So
There was like one part of the movie where there was a guy, like the shower curtain was open, and then the girl was like in the bathroom, right? And she's fine and she's doing whatever. And then all of a sudden, like she looks up after she had like washed her face and the shower curtain was closed. And I was like, oh, there's someone in the shower.
I'm pretty sure after that night I came back to Abby's house, and then I had to go to the bathroom, and then Abby went before me, and she was like, wait, I can't, like, you have to come in the bathroom and check behind the shower curtain first. So I checked behind the shower curtain and then walked out, and then she was like, okay, I'm fine. And I was like, okay, it's fine.
I peed so fast. It's terrifying. Okay, our next one is what is our favorite clothing brand?
Ooh, I don't, well, okay, so probably Sheen, like the online one where all the girls on TikTok are getting their like bathing suits and clothes from right now. But I've been using that website since freshman year, and we're gonna be juniors now. So I don't know, probably Sheen.
I feel like I get most of my clothes from like Marshalls or Target. So it's a lot of like random brands. Like I don't have like one specific brand where I'm like, oh, I love that. I have a lot of Madewell stuff. I really like Madewell. A lot of striped shirts and dresses and stuff like that.
I think if it's like we're talking about what our favorite brand is, but we don't have clothes from,
Yeah.
I'd say like Adidas, just because I really like their pants.
I think that's fair. They have really comfy stuff and their shoes are sick. They're super cool.
So our next question is, what has been what has been our favorite thing to try? Wait, what? What has been our favorite thing to do this summer?
There you go.
Oh my gosh. Mine? I don't know. Well, since it's like after quarantine and stuff, probably just hanging out with my friends because I haven't been able to see them for what was it, like 3 months, 2 months, something like that. Yeah. So probably just hanging out with my friends.
I would also say whenever I'm at Cassidy's house, we normally go to the beach just to like walk on there. And I love that because there's so many people and we like to get to meet new friends and stuff like that, take pictures. That's fun.
Yeah, that I would say that too. That's fun.
But now there are these bugs there and we will never be going there until the season is over.
It's just mayflies. Like they're totally harmless and they die in like a day. But
They're terrifying.
yeah, Abby hates them, but I'll pick them up and put them on her just to.
Ew, I hate it. Oh my god. Oh, speaking of seasons, which season do we identify with most? The guy who asked this question was so serious. He wanted me to answer it, and I was like, "No, you have to listen if you want to hear the answer." So shout out to you if you're still here. I would say winter. I there's something about the coziness of like a fire and a movie. It's a family season, you know? Like you feel really close with everyone, I think. So that would be my favorite.
Yeah, I'd agree. That works for you. Yeah. I'd probably say spring for me because spring's always very up and down. And that's kind of how I am like about a lot of things. Like even just like my regular emotions go up and down a lot. And then like anything I do, I'm like, do I want to do it? Yes. No, I don't. Let's not do that. So probably spring. Yeah. So the next question, which Harry Potter movie is the best and why?
That is the hardest question on this list, I think. I'm going to go with Goblet of Fire because I just think that they're the most like guest stars in that one. I mean, Edward Cullen's in it. I just love that. That one freaked me out the most too, like with the like mermaid things and all that, sirens or whatever they're called. Yeah, that was a freaky one, but I liked the fact. I think that was when Harry was like really becoming Harry. Like they were like, "Oh my god, Harry Potter's name is in the goblet." Yeah, or part 2.
I would say, so I kind of grouped the two last movies together because I read the books too. So I'd say the two last ones just because, like, there's just so much that happens.
There was a lot.
I think it's just very entertaining to watch.
I also love how old Daniel Radcliffe is in the last one. I just feel like he really matured well throughout all the movies because he was so little in the first one.
Yeah, I agree. It's like, yeah.
It's weird. All right, biggest question: hippos or rhinos? I'm gonna have to go with hippos.
Oh, they're like the same thing. Well, one swims.
One's a swimmer.
Hippos.
They're just cuter. I feel like there's just something about them, and Madagascar has really made me love them.
I don't know, like cartoons of them too. They're so adorable. Okay. I say a lot. Let's skip past that. What is our favorite movie?
Ooh. I should have thought of some of these answers beforehand. I'm gonna go with La La Land, probably.
I find that movie so boring.
It is. It's really long too. It's like I think almost 3 hours.
Mine's Just Go With It.
That's a great one too. See, the problem is I don't know what movie I'd watch for the rest of my life.
Yeah, but I've seen that. I've seen Just Go With It so many times at this point. I know the words and it's sad, but I like it.
I've only ever seen it once, but I loved it. I thought it was really cute. All right, do you like Hawaiian pizza?
Absolutely not.
Well, this isn't fair because Cassidy doesn't like pizza to begin with. So that's like a hard question to ask somebody who doesn't often eat pizza.
Okay, just because I don't like it doesn't mean I don't often eat it. Because my little brother loves it, so I have. If like I don't want to eat at home and that's what they get, I have to eat it. You know what I mean? But I don't like pineapple in the first place.
So I've had Hawaiian pizza one time, and I didn't hate it. Like I ate it and I enjoyed it, but um I don't think that I would like order it if that makes sense. Like if it was at a party, I'd eat it, but like it's not my first pick. But I don't think like I don't understand why people hate on it so much.
Yeah, I don't like just because I don't like it doesn't mean I feel like people should be like, no, if you eat Hawaiian pizza, go die. Like that's a little intense.
It's because like the two sides are like brutal. I think it's like probably the most divided thing amongst the country. Truly, like people go crazy about it, and I'm like, I really don't care either way. Like, do what you want with your pizza. If I don't have to eat it, I don't care what you put on it.
Yeah, it's a little intense.
Anchovies, whatever you want to do it.
I don't like fish though either. So.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Our last question is, what's our favorite coffee place and our order?
Okay. So here's my thing, right? Ohio's a big Dunkin' versus Starbucks place because we've got a big mix of people here. I'm gonna say if I'm gonna order tea or iced tea, I'm gonna go to Starbucks or like a pink drink. If I want like a flavored beverage, I'm gonna go to Starbucks. But if I'm gonna go for coffee, I'm gonna go to Dunkin' and I'm gonna get an iced coffee with cream and 3 sweet and low.
That's so specific. So I don't like coffee. That's the start of the issue. But I'd have to say I like Starbucks because I like tea and I get like the passion tango lemonade and then I add raspberry to it, like a shot of raspberry.
They have the best tea at Starbucks. I had a tea from Starbucks today.
It's so good. They have like just the right flavors and like the fact that you can like add in like the raspberry and stuff. I think it's really good. It's delicious in my opinion.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for our questions from all the strangers. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, this was good. Like last week we had a really long episode. It was entertaining though, you got to admit. Yeah. But this week I feel like it's good, like nice and short.
Yeah, I'm actually on vacation right now, so this is like past Abby when you hear it. So you're welcome for that.
Yeah, we pre-recorded just for you guys, our few listeners.
So just so you guys didn't miss a week, because we know you are on the edge of your seats with this podcast. So there you go.
We appreciate it though. We do. We really do. All right. Well, that's all for today, guys. Make sure you follow our social medias. Follow our Instagram. DM us anything. Things you like us to talk about. What you think. If you want to like just talk, let us know. Yeah. Make sure you follow us. Subscribe. Turn on post notifications. Turn on everything. Everything. Do everything.
All right, guys, we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.